Hello guys, it's JT here back with another video. One of the viewers said do something about chamfer deburr, so I'm thinking to make a video showing deburr for 3 axis, 4 axis, and 5 axis as well, just so you have the idea. This is, I think, basically for the new people just get to start in making program in GibbsCAM, because if you know if you are new, you probably doesn't know this, but if you doing some programming, you probably have the idea how to cut chamfer, cut deburr, or something like that. But since this one go into 4 and 5th axis also, so it kind of a little bit more advanced, and therefore you will be able to get the idea or know what to do here, right? So I have this one. Let's delete this so it's not confusing, right? I just import that one in just to show you the 4 axis deburr or chamfer, right? So let's do 3 axis first, right? So you have to select the 3 axis machine. Then just extract geometry, right? Okay, so the tool setup, it depends on what tool you have or what tool you want to use. Like almost every time if I deburr something, I use a 45 degree chamfer tool to deburr it, because it will be applied to mostly operation there. But there are times that you might have to use a different angle for that. It depends on the engineer or whoever draw the print, right? Draw the model. Let's just say if for this part it doesn't give you any angle here, so I guess you can make any angle here to deburr this, or just to put a little bit of chamfer so the part doesn't look sharp, and after you chamfer it look clean. Or just a note here though, because I've seen some machinists that they don't deburr, they don't chamfer the part after they finish. It's not a good idea though, unless that feature or that detail need a sharp edge, which I hardly see those stuff. So after you finish, you should put a little bit of chamfer in there, so it look clean, look good, and then you don't cut yourself, or anybody else handle the part can cut themselves if it's sharp or if it had burr around the edges. So just a note there for the machinist, you should always deburr the part unless that feature or that detail need a sharp edge. All right, so let's set up the tool. Well, like I say, mostly I use a chamfer tool. So in here, 2 options you can use. I sometimes use spot reel, because I think it doesn't matter as long as you get the angle here, the include angle correct, and then you'll be able to use. But sometimes if you use the spot reel, it may confuse with all the spot reel you have. So let's just set the countersink to 90 degree. Okay, 125. Of course, since it's gonna be half of this. All right, so there's sometime the tool seller, the tool manufacturer, put some flat end at the chamfer tool. If there is, and then you should put in here. Otherwise, it will consider the point all the way down here. I don't know if you know what I mean. But just look at the tool that you are using. If it had a diameter on the end of it, you put it in. If not, you put 0. And that should be it, right? So the process is simple, just contour, got 5,000 or something. So this one right here is 0. All right, let me talk about a little bit of this depth here. I know some of you probably, like I said, already know this stuff, but let's say if you want to chamfer 10,000, right? So depend on the tool, you can go deep at 125, but usually I never do that. I leave it some, space there so the tool really cut material. If you go right on here, if you go right on 125, sometimes it doesn't really cut anything. So give it some rooms. Usually I go about 100, right? Or there are times if you see like a slot with small let me see, small radius like this one, probably big, but let's say if you have a small radius, you might have to tie this one, instead of go big, you have to go, I don't know, sometimes I go 30, 40,000, depend on the radius, mostly depend on radius here. Sometimes if it's like a sharp corner and they don't put a radius, so I usually go 25,000, so it's still cut at much that it can go all the way in there, so it depends. All right, so for this part I think 100 is good enough. Okay, and there you have it. Let's render. Okay, right, so just like that. Okay, okay, so this one it moving, the part moving also, because I have this option select instead of machine. I will do a fit part so you can see. But if you want to see like how the machine behave, and then you should check this one, the machine, because it depends on the machine that you are using. Sometimes if I run just a regular 3-axis machine, I don't really care much. But if I do something other than the 3-axis, 4-axis, 5-axis, then I have to choose the right MDD first, and then therefore when you select it, you will see how the machine is gonna behave. So just better understand how it's gonna work, right? So that a 3-axis regular. Okay, let's just pretend if somebody give you a model with, let's say, I don't know, 30-degree chamfer somewhere out here. I don't have it here, but let's just pretend, okay? Just pretend that they draw a 30-degree chamfer in here, and then uh, how you are going to do that chamfer, right? So there are two options. The first one is you do surfacing, right? So if you surfacing, it take long, but you still achieve that odd angle if you don't have that tool. But let's say if you have time, you want to do like a lot of them, then you might have to buy the tool, right? The same thing, same tool, but instead of the 90, I said 60, because if that taper at 15, you buy 30. If it's a 30, you buy 60. If 45, you buy 90. That's how you're gonna pick the tool to do it, right? So let's do that, but let's just say this one 50,000. Okay, no, outside. So you have the idea. Right, okay. Okay, I think I have this. Yeah, I have this. Let's say if you want this chamfer out here and you do on a 3-axis machine, there's no way else. If you don't have a tool to cut the chamfer, or if the chamfer is too big, and then you have to use, like last time I showed you, just surface in it. Okay, yeah. Right. So if you don't have two, but you have a bar and mill, you only make one or two. Yeah, surface in it. I think this is an odd angle. Let me see. Yeah, with a 10-degree taper. So if something like this, you only make like 1-2 part, or if it's like an odd angle, and then you have to do surfacing. Okay. So let's move on to the 4-axis. For this one, if you do 4-axis, you have to create some. Let's see. Now let's just create this CS though. Okay. Okay. Right. So with that CS there. Okay. I will intend to go on this end, but let's just rotate this one over, so because it just line up with this, CS. I want to show you. Oh, maybe it's not necessarily. Let's see. Okay, let's just pick this and see. Okay, I still take the geometry out. Turn that to green. Okay. Okay, but this one you have to choose the machine now. So I have the Kuma 5-axis here. If I can do this chamfer, I have to, select that. Let's see. Okay. So this one you have to adjust a bit since it XY gonna be, on your origin center of that. So you have to check and see 1.5. Okay. 1.6, 1.5, 1.6, you do 50,000 down, right? 10,000, I think that's good enough. Right, so look good to me. Okay, so sometime if it's just a chamfer like that, you can do precision, right? But sometimes you have to do polar silico, polar silico milling. Okay, so depend, but let's just say if you just want to deburr that's salad, and you just do that, and if it look good, and you don't have to do anything else. But it depends, sometimes you have to choose that. Okay, with the 5 axis, I have a video for that. I'll cut it and then put it in. But basically, you just want to deburr this, around here. After you mill this one out, you cut this one out, you want to deburr this. Now I'll edit that video and put it in here for you to see how you can do that also. So you have the idea from 3 axis, 4 axis, and 5 axis, chamfer or deburr, the part that you want to do. So okay, so let end this video here, but I will add that 5 axis by the end of this, and then you'll be able to see it. All right. Thank you for watching, and see you guys next time. Goodbye now.